All right, when most of you hear terms such as omnibus spending bill, no doubt your eyes glaze over. I get it. Well, an omnibus spending bill is, this is what you have to know, a legislative scam because it involves packaging a lot of the federal government's smaller spending bills into one gargantuan bill. Then the whole thing can be passed with only a single vote in both the House and the Senate. That's nifty. So long gone are the days of the so-called regular order when appropriations were done the sensible way, department by department, a lot more transparent that way, with each bill being considered separately. So under that scenario, Congress and the voters who elected them have more opportunity, you see, to strip out the waste and fund only essential priorities. Makes sense, right? Well, for years, we've heard leaders in both parties pledge to return to regular order, yet nothing ever happens. And it's back to these mind-numbing continuing resolutions, omnibus nightmares, and government shutdown threats. And the result is usually a last-minute budget-busting cram-down. Well, and sure enough, as spring kicks off, here they go again. And it's really ugly. Democrats are still in the minority. They're blaming the GOP poison pill provisions for delaying any omnibus bipartisan deal. And mind you, what Democrats call a poison pill, most Republicans call essential for law and order.
They insist on poison pills and the rest. Hopefully they'll get serious and we can get this done before the 23rd of March.
The budget had to be finished. They wanted to add 160, 170 poison pill amendments, none of which would ever survive a vote on their own on the floor.
Democrats and Republicans have worked together to reject many of the poison pill riders from President Trump.
I want to take a poison pill after watching this. Well, meanwhile, conservatives are in revolt against the omnibus because they're free of all the old sequestration caps and, big shocker, it increases spending.
This idea that all the bills come together in one big, what we call an omnibus, ominous might be a better word.
We're looking at $1 trillion+ dollar deficit perhaps as early as this October when the numbers come out. You know, that's under a Republican administration. We need to do better.
We've gotten into this bad habit of thinking that money up here is somehow free, right? It just falls from the heavens and money is free. It's not.
I love Dave Bratt. Well, this means Republicans will need, of course, Democratic votes to pass the measure through both chambers. And this means more add-ons, more giveaways, more junk funded for big donors and other special interest groups. It's a total mess. Do you remember what Trump promised? He promised to cut spending, to defund boondoggles, and yes, to drain the swamp.
We will immediately terminate President Obama's 2 illegal executive amnesties in which he defied federal law and the Constitution.
A Trump administration will cancel all federal funding to sanctuary cities. We will end illegal immigration, keep the drugs from pouring into our communities.
We're not going to allow and we're not going to fund as long as you have the abortion going on at Planned Parenthood.
But as of tonight, it looks like the stuff that should be defunded by the Republican majority, it won't be touched at all. Planned Parenthood, sanctuary cities, Obama's executive amnesty, and this is my favorite, almost $1 billion for a tunnel connecting New York and New Jersey. Oh, it's a disguised earmark for Chuck Schumer. Nice going, Chuck. And 2, of course, the most liberal states in America benefit. And that's the short list. Well, if passed as prologue, this Freddy Krueger-like omnibus bill will be thousands of pages long and include over $1 trillion in spending, maybe $1.3 trillion. And it'll pass with scant debate or scrutiny. My friends, this is just sheer madness. It's time to stand on principle without fear of a government shutdown. It's time to educate the public about how both parties got off course. And yeah, you have to compromise if necessary, but with full transparency. And if possible, not on the core issues. You are the majority after all. Start really helping President Trump drain the swamp. Don't add to it. You'll do the country good And you just might surprise all the experts in November. And that's The Angle.